Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 32 review of the meats playlist. And we will be taking a look at this guy. This is Mingua's Teriyaki. This one I am very sure I have never had before. This review is thanks to Hoss304, who sourced this product and got it in the mail to me. So Hoss, thank you, sir. Anyway, what you're looking at here is a 3.5 net weight ounce hanger bag, thus the hole at the top, of beef jerky, a natural style that is a very thin sliced, rather dry, traditional beef jerky. All right, so there you have the net weight, 3.5 ounce. Over here is the agricultural department stamp. There is a quick look nutrition. We will be looking at nutrition close up on the back, and then everything else is fairly straightforward. You got two notches on either side for the tear off, and a Ziploc, which again on this product would seem to be engaged. If it was not engaged for some reason, it does not matter, because this is a sealed seam until you make it otherwise. Seams down the side and one at the bottom. Now on the back we will be going to the desk, so let me pause this and we will get that going, see if that works out a little bit better for the detailed information. Not the stop button, because that would be bad. Okay, so taking a look at the back of the bag here, alright, you have their address and website in the middle there. You have what they are on social media wise, and then the ingredients. And then you have their little story. If you would like to read that, pause now. And then for nutritional information, that's about as good as we're going to get there. I'm having issues with the glare of the packaging. The packaging is glossy, to say the least. Okay. Okay, and now I am going to open it up here. Unfortunately, this part will be off camera, but I am sure you'll be able to hear it. We have a nice clean rip off the top. The Ziploc is engaged, and now the product. Okay, so number one, we're going to get the thing that you're not going to eat. Not because it wouldn't be tasty, but just because it's made in China, most likely. So you're not going to eat that. This is the thing you do not eat. It even says it on there, if you don't believe me. Do not eat. So we'll bag that. I may lick it later. You know, whatever. Okay, so then the product itself. Now, this is a little more than I'm used to seeing. As far as fatty bits. That's not how this product used to be. So I'm wondering about that, if they've changed processing methods so as to have more moisture. But this is an unintended side result. Alright, but as you can see, this stuff is pliable now. Alright, but it does have a lot of fat showing, which I have a feeling before, if they did have a different processing method, that might have been getting burned off, and that's part of the reason why the product was drier. As you can see there, those discs, it's almost like it's embossed. Those circles, they must run this through some sort of processing machinery that leaves that imprint. The odd part is it's only on one side. You usually have the grain on the one side, and then you have that, and it's almost like it's coming off the product, like it's not imprinted in. So I don't know how that could be, but I also don't know a lot about dehydrating meat. So, you know, But this is what you're looking at. And we are going to go back up top. It doesn't seem to have a terrible amount of seasoning on it. So maybe this is a product that is being seasoned via some sort of moisture solution, water-based. All right. As far as shake goes, this is what you're talking about with shake. It tends to be larger bits. You would think with a product this dry, it'd be a lot of really tiny stuff like that, but it's not. And to tell you the truth, that piece in particular there and this one over here, I believe is actually seasoning stuff. So that's about the average size here, and that's not bad, all things considered. Okay, and with that, we will go back up top, because I am interested now, because I'm very sure I've never had this before. And we are back. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, I just threw a piece of my mouth. I was going to make a sort of like a show of it, but yeah, that's really good. All right, this is interesting because I didn't expect it. In fact, I didn't even really think about it. Let me just make sure I'm getting this right. So it's teriyaki. That's obvious. It's not exactly like other brands' versions, but none of them are ever dead on. You get the idea, though. This isn't ridiculously salty. I'm not saying it's not salty, and I'm not saying that if you're, for some reason, avoiding salt, you should eat this. That said, compared to their other products, the original, the barbecue I did last week, this doesn't come off as salty. It doesn't, I mean, in comparison to their other products, this company's other products, and that's sort of refreshing because you still have the tough chew, which I sort of like. And the stuff's semi-brittle. But you're not getting bowled over with salt. Now, sometimes you may be looking for that. Sometimes I may be looking for that. But I could never eat their original beef jerky on a daily basis. I could never, I mean, every once in a while, it's like, wow, this is really, really salty, and there's like a novelty factor. But that novelty factor would be taken out of play if you were eating the product daily. And I eat beef jerky daily. I do not eat Mingua, but this stuff is, number one, there is no powder seasoning, or not much. There is something that's sort of soft. It was what I was pointing out on the paper towel. And there are bits of it, and they are all over it. But there is no like powdered seasoning salt type deal like with the barbecue product. So this must be getting soaked in something. That is a good shot of what their product usually is like. Now, I have been getting fatty bits as of late. There was some in last week's product. There is more in this. Again, that could be a change in processing. The products seem to have more moisture. All right? They may be processing the stuff through whatever process they go through in a different manner, and maybe the effect of that, not an effect that they intend, is that there is some fatty bits still in the product or visible. Maybe they were in the product before, but they weren't as visible. Now they are visible. At this moisture level, It's edible. Like, I don't know if you've ever got a bag of Jack Links that had grizzle in it. It's not edible. You could sit and chew forever. I end up spitting it out. And that has become more prevalent, too, over the last year, which is somewhat bothering me at this point. This, though, for whatever reason, it breaks down. So I'll where is it? I lost it already. Okay, so there's some on this. I don't know if you really can see it. I'm really surprised by the salt being lower on this. It's the fatty bits are the same as the rest of it. Really surprised by this. And that's that. This has been my review of Mingy's teriyaki flavored or natural style beef jerky. This review again is thanks to Hoss304 that sourced this for me and sent it in. I do thank you, and I thank all of you for watching. I do hope you all are well. Do take care of yourselves, and as always, God bless.